Hey everyone, I'm Tom from Invictus Interactive, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a simple sanity meter in Unity C#. So to get started, we're going to want to set up the UI first. So to do that, we'll go ahead and create a new UI canvas, and then underneath that, we want to create an image, and we'll change the source image to a knob just to get a round image, and then we'll change the color to black and just drop the opacity a little bit. So once you've done this, I'm going to name this Sanity background, and then I'll duplicate this, and I'll call this Sanity fill, and I'm going to change the color to orange, up the opacity back to normal, and change image type to filled and fill method to vertical. So once you've done that, go ahead and create a text element, and make sure to center the text element in the middle of your image, and change the color to white and up the font size to 20. I'm going to then change horizontal overflow and set it from wrap to overflow, and same with vertical. So from here I'm going to change the text from new text to 100, because for this we're going to be having the maximum sanity at 100, so we just want this to be default as 100. So once you've done that, the way we're going to add and remove sanity is by creating two 3D objects, which are going to be cubes, and one of them which is going to be at -5 on the x, and the other which is going to be 5 on the x. The one on the left I'm going to call loss, and I'm going to apply a tag which I created called loss to this. You can create a tag by just adding a tag, and then you just add your own tags there. And then for the one on the right, I'm going to change this to gain. I'm going to add my gain tag to this. So what this will allow me to do is I'm going to eventually create a raycast, and I'll check that, and I'll check if I hit either the loss or the gain, and if I hit either, I'll either lose or gain sanity accordingly. So once you've done that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a component. I'm going to call this vitals controller. Once you've done that, go ahead and create the script and add it to the main camera, and then once that's done, open it up in Visual Studio. So first off, we're going to need to import Unity engine.ui, because since we're going to be using the text and image elements which are part of the UI, we'll need to be able to access them. So once you've done that, we'll need to be able to reference the text and image, so we'll say public text and public image. We'll also need to create a public float max sanity, which will be equal to 100f, and then change that to private float. We also need to create a private float current sanity, which will also be equal to 100f to start off with. We'll then need a private float sanity gain, which will be 10f, so that's how much sanity we gain when we click on the gain object. And we'll do the same for sanity loss, which will also be 10f. So once you've done that, you're going to need to create a private void update, which is where we'll eventually add some logic, but for now we'll also create public void sanity. And this is where we're going to calculate the sanity that we add or remove based on the game object the user interacts with. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to need to check, we're going to need to cast a line from the camera to the mouse position. And we can simply do this by saying ray is equal to camera.main.screenPointToRay, and we'll have input.mouse position. So yeah, so this is going to cast a line from the camera to the mouse position. Next, we also want to create a raycast hit, and let's call this hit. And what this is going to do is this is basically going to allow us, this is going to allow us to check the object that we hit. So it returns like the game object that we hit with the ray. And then we'll also want to create an if statement, which is going to check if we hit something, and if we did, allow us to access it. information of what we hit. So we can simply do this by saying if physics.raycast, and we'll say ray hit, then we'll want to check if hit.collider.tag is equal to gain. So what this is doing is we're checking if the game object we hit has the tag gain. Sorry, something I forgot to add, hit.collider, we want to actually check .gameObject.tag, not just hit.collider.tag. And inside of this, what we'll be able to say is we'll be able to say current sanity, and we'll want to add the sanity gain to this. And then we can check that it's working fine by then inputting gained, and that's going to print to the console. We do the same for the loss, and we'll say hit.collider.gameObject.tag, and then loss, and then we'll say current sanity minus equals sanity loss, print lost. And what this is letting us do is, for currently our current sanity is 100, but we're going to subtract 10 from the current sanity. And we'll just check this out. What I'll need to do is I'm going to if input.get mouse button down 0, then I want to call the sanity. So what this is saying is when we left click, because 0 is the index for left click in Unity, when we left click, we're going to call the sanity function, which is, the sanity method, which is this method here. So then we'll be able to check what we hit. So we can do that by jumping back into Unity, and let's run this. We'll click on this, and as you can see, this is the loss cube, and as you can see in the console, so lost. If we click on this, it's going to say gained. So we've successfully gained and lost the sanity. And from here, what we're going to want to do is we want to be able to update the UI. So we can do this by creating another public void, and we'll call this update UI. And in this, we're going to reference the text and image that we got previously. So we'll say text.text is equal to mathf.round2int, and inside of this, we'll say current sanity, and then we'll say toString. So what this is doing is we are updating the text to show the current sanity of our player in the UI. And then we also need to then do image.fillAmount is equal to current sanity divided by 100. And what this is doing is we are controlling how much our image is filled. And the reason that we're dividing by 100 is because fill amount only takes values of 0 to 1, and for this we're using values of up to 0 to 100. So we're dividing by 100 so we can use the 0 to 1 range. And then once we've done that, we'll go back into our sanity method, and we'll add update UI for both the sanity gained and sanity lost. So now what you will be able to see is if we jump back in here and we drag sanity to fill the image there, and then text here, hang on, let's do it again. Make sure that you're not running the project when you do that. So now we'll run, and now you'll see that if I click on this, the text changes to 90 and the image loses a portion of it. But what you can see is that we can still go less and above the range. So in order to change that, we'll jump back into the update method, and we'll say if current sanity is greater than or equal to max sanity, we're going to want to set current sanity to the max sanity. So that way we can't go above the max sanity, it just stays consistent. And then we also want to update the UI to reflect the changes. And we'll need to do the same for when we go below. So we'll say else if current sanity is less than or equal to 0, and then we'll say current sanity is equal to 0, and then we'll update the UI. But because we're 0 or less than it, we're going to want to also print to the console the player has died. And that is because that since the player is now at 0 sanity, they have no sanity left, which basically means that they're dead. So we'll be able to then go into here, back into Unity, and now we'll run it again, and you'll be able to see that if we click down, we can't go below 0, and you can see here the player has died. And that's pretty much it. But another way you can do this, which could be more efficient if you don't want to do it in a way where if the enemy hits you or something, then you lose sanity. Another way you can do that is by creating a private int, and let's call this sanity full rate, and currently we'll set that to 5. And what you'll be able to do is you will be able to check that the current sanity minus equals the sanity full rate. Sorry, so current sanity minus equals time dot delta time first, and then we want to say divided by the sanity full rate. And just to speed it up, I'll just times it by 10, just to show you exactly what is happening here. But what we'll also want to be able to do is we will also then want to say, we'll also want to say update UI, just so that updates the UI for us. And yeah, let's go back into Unity and run that now. We don't need to worry about any other code, we don't need to do any clicking or anything. This is just another way for the same thing to work. And as you can see here, it's counting down, and it's also subtracting from the image fill amount. Yeah, so this was just a simple way to create a sanity meter in Unity C#. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for future updates or tutorials, and I'll see you all in the next video.